Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe is a novel that tells the story of Okonkwo, a proud and ambitious Igbo warrior in colonial Nigeria. The novel is set in the late 19th century, at a time when European colonialism was rapidly spreading throughout Africa, and it explores the impact of this colonialism on traditional African cultures and societies. At the beginning of the novel, Okonkwo is a highly respected leader in his village of Umuofia. He has risen to power through his strength, courage, and determination, and he is determined to maintain his status and reputation at all costs. However, his world is turned upside down when he accidentally kills a clansman and is forced into exile for 7 years. During his exile, Okonkwo witnesses the rapid changes that are taking place in his village and throughout Nigeria. European colonizers are arriving in increasing numbers, imposing their religion, culture, and values on the indigenous people, and disrupting their way of life. Okonkwo is outraged by what he sees as the destruction of his people's traditions and values, and he becomes increasingly militant and uncompromising in his opposition to the colonizers. One of the key themes of the novel is the clash between traditional African cultures and European colonialism. Achebe portrays the Igbo people as a complex and sophisticated society with their own rich history, traditions, and beliefs, but he also shows how these traditions are threatened and undermined by the arrival of the colonizers. The colonizers see the Igbo people as primitive and backward, and they believe that they are bringing civilization and progress to Africa. However, Achebe shows that this so-called progress comes at a great cost, and that it often involves the destruction of traditional cultures and the exploitation of indigenous peoples. Another important theme of the novel is the role of gender in traditional African societies. Achebe portrays the Igbo people as having a complex and nuanced system of gender roles, in which men and women have different but complementary roles and responsibilities. However, he also shows how this system is threatened by the arrival of the colonizers, who impose their own patriarchal values and beliefs on the Igbo people. This leads to a clash between the traditional gender roles of the Igbo people and the new gender roles imposed by the colonizers, and it creates tension and conflict within Igbo society. The character of Okonkwo is also a central focus of the novel. Achebe portrays him as a complex and flawed individual, whose pride, ambition, and determination are both his greatest strengths and his greatest weaknesses. Okonkwo is a man who is deeply committed to his traditions and his culture, and he is willing to go to great lengths to defend them. However, his pride and his fear of weakness often lead him to make rash and impulsive decisions, and he ultimately suffers the consequences of his actions. One of the most powerful aspects of Things Fall Apart is Achebe's use of language and narrative style. The novel is written in a simple and direct style, but it is also infused with the rich and complex language and imagery of Igbo culture. Achebe uses this language and imagery to create a vivid and immersive world that is both familiar and unfamiliar to Western readers. He also uses it to challenge Western stereotypes and misconceptions about African cultures and societies, and to show the complexity and diversity of African cultures and traditions. In conclusion, Things Fall Apart is a masterful work of fiction that explores the impact of colonialism on traditional African cultures and societies. Achebe's nuanced portrayal of Igbo culture, his exploration of the clash between traditional African cultures and European colonialism, and his complex and flawed characters make this novel a timeless classic that continues to resonate with readers today. We hope you are enjoying the content on the library channel. Our team is dedicated to bringing you the best book summary, recommendations, and literary discussions on YouTube. If you are finding our content helpful, we would greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts or suggestions, and subscribe to our channel. This will help us grow and continue to provide you with more great content in the future. Thank you for your support and happy reading.